There's no prompt. I don't know about that one, boys.
I had every confidence you wouldn't get sucked into some boundless void. The repository is just see what we can find.
Yes, something like that.
This looks like some kind of manufacturing equipment.
I can't get the smell of the blood off my hands.
It was a mercy. You know that.
I ruined her, Rodder, body and soul. I played God and Lysolda paid the price. I'm a damned fool.
A fool once told me there is no such thing as damnation.
I thought Singalis, one of Rada al... If you completed all... Yes. When we confront Rada al-Saran...
You said it with such conviction I could not argue. You have not forgotten our promise, I hope.
We'll seek salvation together. Thank you, Rodder.
Alrighty.
Over here. Night Hollow Keep is just ahead. Night Hollow Keep is down this path. The archive should be right inside. In writings we recovered from Lady Belaine, she mentioned a Night Hollow testament. That's probably what we're looking for. Just watch yourself. The place is locked down tight. Well, it's crawling with Night Hollow vampires. Not just the mindless, spooky kind. Looks like some of them got recharged when the Dark Heart woke up. They patrol the outer wall in shifts. One door in and out. It's locked, but they carry keys. You got it. I haven't been able to keep track of their comings and goings, so there's no telling which vampires have the keys. Attacking them could attract unwanted attention. If you want to find a more discreet way past that wall, by all means. Remember, get keys off the patrolling vampires or find another way to get inside. Either way, let's get into the archive. Find this Night Hollow Testament and get back to Verandis, alright? I'll scout around on my own and catch up to you. Rada al-Saran wants Verandis to study the Void through Night Hollow eyes, right? According to Lady Belane's writings, the secrets to harnessing the Dark Heart's power, Void power, could be found in the pages of that book. It's perfectly obvious.
Yeah, sure.
No, but we didn't find it after you killed Lady Belane. We know she didn't completely trust Rada al-Saran, so where else could she be leaving it for safekeeping? If it's not here, I don't know where else it would be. I'm off. If I see something that might help, I'll let you know.
How convenient. It's right there. This
That's a grey host
DLC is so
pentarch.
bugged. Oh my god. Jesus.
As far as libraries go, the lighting in here is terrible. Hey, I bet that's what we came for.
Night
This
Hollow
is
Archive.
No, Rodder, merely a possibility, but the soul binding required.
We can save our kindred from Cold Harbor's torment, and you quibble over the cost? Is your heart so cold?
Even if you returned our kindred to life, Molag Bal's claim to their souls would remain. Our contracts are inviolable.
Another obstacle to overcome.
I think the prince...
I think it's here. You guys ever have those purple Doritos? Like the one in the purple bag? The spicy sweet chili one that's pretty good. Just wanted to let you know.
Over here, partner. Well, I've got bad news and worse news. Kadok and I already exchanged words. Most of them insults. The only agreement we came to was that he'd stop sending his stone hands to toss me out if I stopped breaking their noses. It wasn't a fight until he sent his stone hands against me. Wasn't much of one after that, come to think of it. We got as far as Sundered Land when he shouted something about Mana Marco and called up his personal guard. That's what I was trying to find out when Kadok got all angry and said something about my head and a pike on the wall. Look, you talk to him. Maybe you'll have better luck than me. Markarth would be a ghost town if it wasn't for you. If that doesn't earn you the courtesy of an audience, I can go back to breaking noses. The Ard is in his throne room. We just need to know where to find the land sundered from Tamriel. According to Rada al-Saran's letter, it's somewhere in the Reach. Oh, and I'm not apologizing. Not to Caddoc, anyway. Sorry. Manamarco, Emperor Varen, Nord's Reachman, his flea-bitten beard. I can stomach insults hurled at me. But I couldn't stand there quietly as he spoke ill of Varen while praising that traitor Manamarco.
Had my fill of Reeker's grace in my presence today. Seeing is how you've shed blood for me. And mine, I'll give you my ear, but make it quick. My bile's up, and too much talk will likely make it churn. Ah, you speak with that half-giant's tongue. What business is it of yours, what I do with my land? I gave that parcel to Manamarco years ago. It was his to offer to Moligbal, as he pleased. Why dredge up such dealings now? Aye, you and the half-giant both, so the crows say. Don't think I've not spied on you, same as Lady Belaine. I gave that land to Manamarco, long before the god of schemes brought his wrath to your empire. The labors of his cult cast it to oblivion. Manamarco didn't call me confidant. When he departed, he said the failure here would forge his success elsewhere. I never saw him again. If you want to know his mind, you'll have to see what he wrought yourself. I'll open the way for you. There's a lift in Nichuancel that'll take you to the Sundered Land. I keep it sealed, for reasons that should be obvious, but I'll see you're granted passage. Now, off you go, and take the prickly she-wolf with you. Not so long ago, Reach folk ruled the Empire. We had our lands returned, and dignity restored. Then, we were driven back into the mud by the usurper. Manamarco pledged justice for my people if I gave him shelter. A dark spirit's bargain, to be sure.
Alrighty, gotta go there again, because there's no way shrine apparently.
Got the information we need? Good.
Yeet. I would be very surprised if there's a way shrine up here. I'm missing one more. Karth Waston way shrine. I swear that name is like something I've seen in Vardenfell.
It's Rada al-Saran. This is our chance.
Pity. I wanted Verandis to see this place for
Hey,
himself.
there's another memento here. Like the one Fëanorian found near Bethar Dams. They chipped off a hunk of this stone.
Those my notes?
If Rada al-Saran went through the trouble,
Brandis,
we might as
forgive
well
me.
too.
As ever, your genius captivates me. I had no idea you made such progress.
I'm still no closer to a viable solution.
You're closer
Move
than you think.
from point A to
You know
B,
that. I discussed
B
your
to C.
findings with a new ally.
C back to A. Talk to the NPC because they're lazy and they can't do it themselves. Repeat this like 8 more times. That's a DLC. Sometimes I wonder if like the devs actually play their own games. Like this expansion in a nutshell was like 0 QA. I don't like. I also wonder. It was like on the PTS as well, right? But they always have NDAs on PTS, and it's like, so we can't submit feedback.
The past is ancient history. Rada's intentions were to sway me back to his side.
That's not good enough, Count. Why didn't you tell us that this was all your fault?
Father, it wasn't just your research that let him revive the Grey Host. The actual procedure was your creation.
You don't understand. Please, the others see conspiracies where there are none. Just past sins that I thought long buried. They say you found everything that Rada wanted me to discover. Tell me about the Sundered Land, the Night Hollow's studies, and the secret of the Keystones. Remember the journey Rada sent me on? The one you took in my place. It was to follow in his footsteps, to see how he reached this moment in time. This stone, it's a shard of oblivion lost in our world. How would that help him save the Grey Host? To see the void through Night Hollow eyes. Yes, it's written in the tongue of the first vampires. I can read it, but barely. In addition to other things, this is basically a spell book. It's full of rituals to appease and make use of the Dark Heart. Was the point to show me the inner workings of the mysterious dwarven keystones? We know Rada used one to link the Dark Heart's power to not only the orrery, but to the Grey Host as well. I can feel the pull of the heart just thinking about it. What you discover doesn't tell us much about the Darkstorm, at least not yet, but the picture is beginning to form in my mind. Rada's letter provided one more clue. He claims to have a laboratory inside this very structure. We just have to find it. Come, Ravenwatch, Titanborn. We can't let the specters of the past distract us from our mission.
Very well, Count.
All of this could have been avoided if he just told us like what he knew instead of making us search for it.
By your side as we search.
I haven't had any...
I think we're getting closer.
sure.
A moment. I sense Rodda has been this way. Careful! That Night Hollow vampire radiates with the power of the Dark Heart. Rodda's
Why are there so
laboratory.
many doors? Oh my
I see
god.
this adopted thing, Gala. Yes, this is it. I can feel the echoes of Rodda's work here. Rodda has taken my research in directions I never imagined. Dwemer machines, Night Hollow rites, Reach witchcraft, all arrayed around that pedestal. Yes, I'm beginning to see how the pieces you retrieved fit together. He's building a bridge through the void. The Oblivion Shard serves as a lodestone to point to his destination, but Cold Harbor is precisely the place he would want to avoid. Rodda has always sought to escape Molag Bol's hold on his soul. Cold Harbor is the place where Bol's power is absolute. It makes no sense, unless Cold Harbor isn't his destination. Gather the others. We need to recreate Rodda's ritual. Fenorian will reproduce the Reach alchemy while Gwendis performs the Night Hollow rites. You must manage the Dwemer machines controlling the tonal, etheric, and kinetic energies. I will attempt to scry the stone and direct you accordingly. These Dwemer devices, they are similar to pieces of the orrery itself. They manipulate various cosmic forces, tonal, etheric, and kinetic, to chart the expanse of the void. You must keep these forces under control for my scrying to succeed. The components you retrieved from Bathar Zel showed me that the keystones consist of these same sorts of devices, just on a smaller scale. As I conduct the ritual, I'll indicate what parts of the process require your intervention. Be on your toes. Rodda pointed us to the means and method of recreating his work. There's something he wants for me to see here, and I believe the only way to truly understand what he's done is by repeating it ourselves. I only hope the risk is worth it.
What? That does not make sense. It's like, okay, so he wants to use the machine to, like, do whatever he wants to do, but then he left clues for Verandis, and basically we're doing the work for him, Rodda, and it's like we're playing the villains, I guess. Sketch.
We are attempting to harness forces never intended to be combined to peer into the infinite, churning chaos we call the Void. I only suggest we try because it appears Rodda has proven it can be done.
I don't know about this one.
Now to begin, start by adding etheric power. Now, quickly. I need more kinetic power. Now, some tonal energy.
The Reach ritual. It's catalyzing too quickly.
Quickly, help Fenorian. We're losing kinetic energy. I need more. I need an influx of etheric power. Gwendis needs your help with the Night Hollow rite. Adjust the tonal frequency, quickly. We almost have it, just a little more. I'm losing control of it. Reduce the kinetic energy. The Night Hollow rite is surging. Help Gwendis. tonal harmonics are in discord. Change the output. Griffenorian, we'll need the alchemical reaction soon. Recalibrate the etheric power. It's too little. The kinetic mechanism is off balance. Set it right. We're close. Help Gwendis with the Night Hollow right once more.
Dear God.
Catalyze the Reach alchemy now! Initiate a tonal cascade and hang on! I can see it! I can see everything! Rodder found it. A piece of land sundered from the Reach, caught between Mundus and Oblivion. It is both and neither, outside the grasp of Ball, or any prince for that matter. He plans to gift the Grey Host with his sanctuary. Don't you see? In their own realm, free from Molag Ball's tyranny, the Grey Host can live forever. And with the connection to Mundus and the power of the Dark Heart, their conquests might never end. And now I see the purpose of the Dark Storm. The Dark Heart. Rodder's drawing on its power. I can feel it tearing away. To the orrery. Hurry. To the orrery. Hurry. Rodder! Stop! Don't make me fight you!
This is the chance you never thought possible. The door to our salvation stands open, Verandis. Come, finish what we started. All will be forgiven.
Rodder, don't do this!
The void energy is consuming you, Verandis. I can show you how to control it. Just follow me.
What happened? Where'd the bastard go this time?
He's gone, Lyris. The one place where he can complete his plan. I understand it all clearly now. Rodder has opened the gateway to his sanctuary. In that distant realm, he can summon his Darkstorm using the power of the Dark Heart. He'll consume the Reach to fulfill his promise. No. Not good at all. The Darkstorm requires power on an unprecedented scale. Darkness that will cover the Reach and send every mortal soul it touches into the Dark Heart. In turn, the power of the Heart will flow through the orrery to feed the storm. It will tear the Grey Host from Molag Ball's clutches and preserve them for eternity in his sanctuary realm. Death will become as much a petty inconvenience to them as to any Daedra. They will become truly immortal. To end the Darkstorm, once it's begun, I need to enter Rodder's sanctuary realm and take control of the ritual. I can't ask you to join me, but I won't dissuade you if your course is set. Just know that I can't guarantee we'll be able to return. Rodder showed us the door, and we forged the key. I have to follow. I have to stop the Darkstorm, for as you have seen from Rodda's auramancy, this monstrosity is my creation. Whether you decide to accompany me or not, know that I value our friendship. Rodda has started the ritual in his sanctuary realm. I can feel the pull in the darkness. Soon the Darkstorm will consume the energy in the Dark Heart. Then more people of the Reach will die to feed the heart and power this apocalyptic storm. Rodda aligned the orrery in order to make his escape. Use the keystone on the dwarven mechanisms that control it. That should open a breach we can travel through. Then, maybe, I'll have a chance to stop this storm I created. I never intended my theories to be turned into reality. When my research into a way to grant mortals the same immortality as vampires kept leading down dark paths, I abandoned it. I should have also destroyed it. Rodda corrupted it for his own ends. When you're ready, activate the mechanisms on each of those platforms in sequence. This process should be less risky than what we attempted earlier, I believe. Rodda has already aligned the device to point to our destination. Theoretically, we need only reactivate the orrery to open the gateway. Be on your guard, nevertheless.
Dang, that's deep. Alright.
Gwendis, Fenorian, you shall remain here.
What? No way!
Someone must keep the orrery in operation. They give me an earful when we return.
I'm holding you to that. Understand?
I can almost understand it. Radha al-Saran's desire, I mean. The unpleasantries of living with this curse have haunted me a long time. The thought of what awaits me in the afterlife fills me with no less dread. Anyone would seek an escape. I'd be lying if I said no. But the price of salvation is too high. Radha al-Saran will doom thousands of souls to fates worse than death so that he and his chosen can escape. I don't need an eternity with that on my conscience. You and my father will see this through. I know it. Just come back, all right? You both still owe me a proper reunion. I'll do all I can to keep the orrery in alignment, but I don't know how long it can sustain this. I don't believe it was designed to have this amount of power coursing through it. I'm fairly certain the dwarves built this as an observatory to chart the void. What we're doing is more akin to plunging a telescope into a fathomless depth, so we can slip through the tube without getting wet. Let's hope it doesn't spring a leak.